understand what the difference is.
All right, I'm going to move on. I have a lot of notes about everything that happened in the Pillars four-way angle. There was a lot of segments here. There was 5 segments throughout the show. So Darby, real quickly, Darby was in a tag match with Orange Cassidy. They won. Yep. He won with a headlock takeover, which was a deal with him and MJF, about them saying that one of us is going to win with the headlock takeover. I guess it's to embarrass the other one, right? Second segment, Sammy Guevara beat a jobber, and then he cut a babyface promo because he was in his home state, but it was kind of, okay, whatever. Anything you guys remember from this, if you want to comment on later, it's up to you. Then Darby had a backstage interview that Sammy interrupted. He didn't really say much of anything of substance. He said that he's going to make it hard for everyone and that someone has to take the title off MJF, and Darby and Sammy fist bump over that. So they have some sort of mutual respect just to get the title off MJF, I guess. Then there was Roosh versus Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy bumped around for Roosh a lot, but he ended up getting the win by pulling the trunks. Okay. And then La Facción Ingobernable, they attacked Jungle Boy after the match, followed by saves from Sammy and Darby, and then the 3 pillars face off in the ring. And, Oh, and then the last segment was MJF backstage was watching on screen, and this was his first appearance in the last 2 weeks. And then he got pissed off. Renee wanted to interview him, but he just knocked the microphone out of her hand, and she just stood there looking a little, flustered. So 5 pillar segments on our way to the Pillars Fatal 4-Way match. I guess I'll start with Vlad again, since we're going with that. Vlad, any thoughts on the Pillars angle tonight with the 2 matches? They had 3 matches and the promos and everything.
Nothing positive I can't really say about it. I mean, I guess Jungle Boy kind of had an interesting match with Roosh, but I didn't really care about that. I saw that he was I don't know, he was bleeding, but again, I wasn't watching that closely at this point, so I don't know what happened there. If he gigged himself or what happened there in that regard. No, but this is one of my least favorite MJF angles in a while. It hasn't really held my interest that much. Maybe because he's not always there, and it just hasn't been that great. I think it would have just been better with just Darby and not the other guys involved, to be honest. So it is what it is. I know they have a big thing with the pillars. It's the 4 branches of the company, the 4 youngest guys. But they're not really that interesting. I mean, Jungle Boy, Sammy, they are what they are. Darby's kind of cool in his crazy way. But, it's one of my least favorite MJF angles, probably, maybe ever. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Robert, how about you? Pillar stuff.
Oh, I dozed on a couple of those. What I do remember is the Darby Allin and is it Orange Cassidy, right?
Orange Cassidy against Moriarty and Bill.
I remember that. That was fine. I like the Roosh versus Jungle Boy match a little bit better. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't remember the Sammy Guevara part at all, so I think I was asleep at that point, and I don't remember seeing MJF at all the whole episode, so I must have missed that too. But what I do remember watching, I thought it was fine.
All right. So there goes Robert's opinion on the pillars. I mean, I will say, the Roosh Jungle Boy match, I'll agree with Vlad a little bit. It was interesting because they let Roosh kind of get the spotlight early on, dominate, made him look good. I don't understand Roosh really. It's a character they kind of sort of push, but they don't really do anything with. But other than that, I'm kind of with Robert. This was like a night where there seemed to be a lot of matches. It was stacked in terms of matches and angles, but a lot of them kind of made me lose interest, like we'll see later on. Like there was some other matches that kind of made me not fall asleep, but tough to watch, kind of. And then the Darby Orange Cassidy match I thought was okay. Him winning with the headlock takeover, okay, continuing that old angle, but probably no one really knows what the hell they're talking about. MJF backstage segment, like real quick. I guess they pre-taped that a long time ago. Yeah, there wasn't that much in this here for us. So I'm kind of in agreement with Vlad too. I know we're out of time, but I think these pillars are kind of getting maybe pushed a little too early. Like they've never been in an angle like this. You can't just throw someone into the world title scene, and they haven't even had these are Jungle Boy's first promos, Sammy's first real important promos. So I don't know. Maybe it's good practice for them in the future. Maybe they'll get better, but
yeah, I don't feel like it's too early. They have to develop them at some point, right? So I think this is
but in this scene.
Yeah, I think this is going to be an ongoing thing. This is just the early stages of their rivalry.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That could be possible, but I think they should kind of put them in prominent feuds. Like Sammy hasn't been in one prominent feud before this, basically, other than like TNT title stuff with Scorpio Sky or Matt Hardy or something like that. But I don't know. To me, it just kind of seems rushed for them. But that's just my opinion. We got to move on. All right. We got the Elite. By the way, this episode of Malapert Smarks is being brought to you commercial free today for your listening pleasure. No sponsors. we couldn't land a sponsor today.
We don't even need sponsors. Who needs them?
We need sponsors. Somebody, anybody wants to sponsor us?
This would help.
We need money.
We need sponsors.
All right, moving on.
We continue on.
Yeah, well, let's try to do a good show, so maybe someone will want to sponsor us.